so what I'm hearing you say is that it's not just can you do the work, but it's so much more than that. It's thinking about it. Can you do it responsibly? Can you track on it? Can you report on it? And yeah, that's one of the things that I often hear boards say to me when they're considering, compliance type software purchases or even SureImpact, things like, well, that's overhead expense. We can't have that. And no, it's not. Funders understand that you need the systems in place in order to deliver and do the work efficiently and effectively. So don't be afraid to put it in there because it actually shows that you're a sophisticated organization. So this brings up something many organizations are surprised by, that they're being evaluated on compliance before they ever receive a dollar. I don't know that we think about that. So you did mention compliance readiness. And so how are organizations expected to demonstrate that before they ever receive a grant?
Right. This is one of the most important changes, and that readiness, being able to plan ahead of time. Um, so for me, it's about thinking about these things before you make the application. If you are asking yourself, how do I answer these questions once I see them in the application? It's too late. You need to be thinking about this ahead of time. I work with a lot of different nonprofit organizations, and oftentimes they say, oh, I want to go for state money or for federal money. And I say, well, then we need to think about what the expectations are before we attempt those
Mhm.
applications. And we need to make sure that we have our operational infrastructure in place, our processes, our policies, all in place to show that you are ready to accept the money and then have the ability to receive it. So having this formal plan in writing, you should have an allowability of cost policy in place. You should have a payroll policy in place. How do I track payroll? How do I monitor? How do I make sure? You should have your narrative about fund accounting and what your systems look like. How do I manage and track these grants? What is my process for this?
Mhm.
um, Having a fiscal manual that really lays out all of this ahead of time, then it's just your boilerplate for demonstrating this. And so how do you demonstrate it to the funder is that even if they're not directly asking for it, you're saying, I'm a good steward of your money because I have all of these things in place ahead of time that prove that when you give me the money, I'm going to be able to do exactly what I say I want to do in the very strong idea.
Yeah.
And really, I think that preparedness ahead of time and thinking through all of these things is super important.